Right now on CAPS 13 News. Pittsburg City officials approve a downtown renovation project to add student housing. And the Pittsburg State campus celebrates Korean Culture Day. Plus, the Pittsburg State softball team looks to add to their winning streak. All that and more on this edition of CAPS 13 News.
Thanks for joining us for this edition of CAPS 13 News. I'm Salome Praladze.
And I'm Ed Caffrey. The Pittsburgh Area Chamber of Commerce adds over 100 new members.
And the Kansas Small Business Development Center hosts a workshop for local entrepreneurs. But first, emergency personnel battle wildfires in south central Kansas. A wildfire that started in Oklahoma and spread onto southeast Kansas has become the largest wildfire in Kansas state history and one of the largest in U.S. history. The first started Tuesday, March 22nd in Oklahoma. Since then, almost 400,000 acres of land have been scorched in the fire. The Kansas Adjutant General's Office said 12 homes were destroyed by the fire. According to meteorologists, strong winds combined with low humidity contributed to dangerous fire conditions. Firefighters across Kansas have worked with the National Guard to combat the fire. 90% of the fire has been contained. Governor Sam Brownback declared a state of emergency for 5 Kansas counties. Much of the attention is now shifting to evaluating costs in damages and getting aid to those affected by the fires. Representatives from Oklahoma agencies said the cause of the fire is still under investigation.
City officials are moving forward with the $15 million project to renovate four historical buildings located in downtown Pittsburgh, Kansas. The Ficino Group, a company that specializes in preserving historical buildings, is taking 4 buildings, including the National Bank Building and the Commerce Buildings, and transforming the upper floors into student housing and the ground floors into commercial space. The renovation is expected to support up to 110 students. Currently, Pittsburg State University is working on a long-term lease agreement with the Ficino Group. During that time, PSU will be responsible for management of the property. City officials are expecting that the project will bring plenty of benefits to the community.
By putting PSU in the middle of town, as it were, it instigates a lot of growth. So existing businesses will then benefit from that, bars, restaurants, that kind of thing. But it also encourages then new businesses to come in and try and benefit from that, basically. So the result is not just housing then, but it kind of creates an ecosystem that spreads out from there and shapes downtown and ultimately the rest of Pittsburgh as well.
Construction is expected to begin late this year with a completion date in summer of 2018.
According to the Kansas Board of Regents, the percentage of white college students in the state has dropped from 68.4% to 67% over the last 2 academic years. During that time span, the number of total students attending public universities, community colleges, and technical schools has also dropped by almost 9,000 total students. While those numbers have dropped, the Board of Regents reports the percentage of minority students has risen at public colleges in the state. The findings were part of the Board State Enrollment Report that was released on March 23rd.
The Pittsburgh Area Chamber of Commerce held a membership drive that concluded last week. Over 100 volunteers gathered to assist as the Chamber gained 185 new members during the drive. Since the organization began the membership drives earlier this decade, overall, Chamber membership has grown by over 600 members. Pittsburgh Area Chamber of Commerce Vice President Devin Gorman credited the success of the drive to the overall strength of the Pittsburgh community.
Each year in April, the Students' Government Association, known as SGA, holds elections for offices like President and Vice President, along spots on the Student Senate. CAP 13's Minha Jong has more.
Pittsburg State University students will select a new slate of officers for the Student Government Association next week. To help students learn more about the 4 pairs of students vying for the SGA top spots, the organization held a presidential by presidential debate on Wednesday, March 30th in Grove, Seoul.
Well, this is a good opportunity for us to introduce all the candidates to the student body. And, some may not have the opportunity to see all the persons running So this is a great opportunity to see the candidates and understand what they're running on, what their platforms are, some other questions that I may ask throughout the debates. This is a perfect opportunity, especially since it's being live streamed through pittstate.tv. This gives the student body a great opportunity to be informed when they go out to vote. So that is a main reason why we do this. Each person will go up and speak about every topic. They'll also have a party-specific question that I'll ask directly based on their party platform.
I'm hoping that Pitt State students care about issues such as student fees, what's going on with the state legislature respective to Pitt State, the cost of education, things of that nature, which we're going to be discussing tonight, and that they can hear from these wonderful slate of candidates who have shown up to discuss major issues.
Voting will be held online on the Ghost Classic system beginning at 7:30 a.m. Monday, April 4th, and closing at 4:30 p.m. on Thursday, April 7th. Following tradition, the winner will be announced at 8:30 a.m. on Friday, April 8th, on the marble steps of Russell, the university's oldest building. For CAP 13 News, I'm Mina Jung.
Coming up, Pittsburg State celebrates Korean Culture Day.
And the Joplin business owner aims to help women in Haiti throughout her retail store. We are back after this.
I rose to glory as the 20s roared. I wept with you through dust and want, gave courage through dark years of war. And then came peace, and we laughed wholeheartedly once again.
Attention PSU students. Pittsburg State's cloud-based printing solution, GusPrint, has now been improved with Print Anywhere. Students can now upload a document from any internet-connected device and print at any of the convenient release locations on campus using Banana Bucks. For more information on GusPrint, Print Anywhere, and how to get Banana Bucks, visit www.pittstate.edu/GusPrint.
Pittsburg State University hosts Korean Culture Day. CAPS 13's Salome Palatse has more.
The Korean Student Association at Pittsburg State University hosted Korean Culture Day at the Binkel Family Center for the Arts. Performances included traditional Korean songs, K-pop, taekwondo, and the fan dance. Event was free and open to the public.
We try to show to all the PSU communities that the modern Korean culture and the traditional Korean culture by singing Arirang choir, and also you can see the Gangnam Style, which is a really modern song, and which is released in 2012. So we really try hard to show modern and traditional culture of our Korea. And I think this Pittsburg, Kansas is somewhat small city in Kansas. So we just try to show as much as possible to everyone can feel our Korean culture.
Minha Jong performed Nanta with her friends. She thinks audience enjoyed their show.
I played Nanta today. It is like performance that combination of traditional Korean culture and the modern Korean culture, and it is the original Korean culture performance because it is similar to like drum, but we use some things that we can easily see in kitchen, like the knife or like the pan like that, and It is very famous and it represents our country, Korea.
Performances were followed by a traditional Korean meal at the United Methodist Campus Ministry. For CAP 13 News, I'm Salome Praladze.
The Kansas Small Business Development Center at Pittsburg State University is hosting a workshop called Web Design Made Easy. The focus of the workshop is to teach business owners some easy ways to give their websites a more professional look and to discuss the available resources for hosting a site. The workshop runs on April 19th and will cost $25. Registration is required 2 days in advance. For more information, contact the Small Business Development Center located in the Shirk Annex on the Pitt State campus.
One local business owner is doing her part to address the poverty problem in Haiti. CAP 13's William Eigenman has more.
Haiti is one of the poorest countries in the Western Hemisphere, with about 80% of the rural Haitian population living in poverty. However, one local business located in Joplin, Missouri, is trying to make a difference. Abby Clevenger, founder and owner of Belljoy, provides jobs to women in Haiti so they can have a better life.
So a few years ago, my husband came home from Haiti and realized the need of job opportunity. The people are eager to work, but they just don't have opportunity. So I was previously a jewelry designer, but took time off to raise my kids. And it just so happened I was ready to get back into work and thought that I could design jewelry, and I train ladies in Haiti to make it in order for them to become self-sustaining and provide for their family. 4 out of 5 of the girls that work for Belljoy, this is their first jobs. So they have not had opportunity to work. Our business benefits these ladies by providing a great wage for them in order for them to provide for their families. They're able to pay their rent, have food in the house, not wonder where their next meal is coming from. All of their children are in school now, and Belljoy has been able to help with their medical needs, the needs of their children, and educating their children. So it's just been a blessing to us.
You can purchase Belljoy jewelry online at belljoyhaiti.com or locally from Joplin, Missouri at Sophie's on Main Street, Oasis Salon and Day Spa, and Repurposed Boutique in Carthage, Missouri. For CAPS 13 News, I'm William Eigenman.
Coming up in sports, the Pittsburg State softball team seeks to build on their 6-game winning streak.
Plus, a guerrilla track and field athlete earns national honors. Cameron Molina has your CAPS 13 sports update right after this.
I've got a lot of things on my mind. Some things might make you laugh, some things might make you cry, some things might even compromise national security. Why is the internet so obsessed with cats? Hashtag dogs are better. Sorry, but it's true. I can't wait for my trip to Vegas this weekend. Hashtag Friday can't get here fast enough. Have a nice trip. I hate my job. My boss is such a Oh, crap.
took a lot for me to get here. Why would I mess it up by drinking and driving?
Welcome back to Caps 13. I'm Cameron Molina. It's now time for the Pittsburg State University Sports Menu, where everything is served fresh. And even without shoes and shirts, we'll still provide the service. For the PSU softball team, they played both Emporia State and Washburn as they looked to restart their winning ways after 2 losses at the hands of Arkansas Tech in the home of the Golden Suns. We check out Friday's action against Emporia State. Pittsburg State University would take on the Hornets, who were very pesky in the last handful of years for this Gorilla club. But PSU rekindled their fire as Emmy Robertson said, hey, how's the benches working? That was 1, and then right here 2 of her 12 strikeouts in the matchup against the Hornets. And through just 2 innings of play, everything seemed fruitless as it was 0-0. But PSU able to combat these Hornets as they were flying around, pulling out their raid. Jordan Bradshaw was able to pull off a single, then in turn, with the help of her teammates, advanced to second base. Ultimately, you have to keep up the momentum, right? Jordan Bradshaw, get a little bit of speed, you second baseman. Run all the way home. Giddy up, little pony, as PSU would prove fruitful after 3 innings of play, leading 1-0. And that would be the final score of the matchup. Emmy Robertson was able to pitch 7 innings and earn the victory. She had 12 total strikeouts. Nicole Neese also able to come up big in both games against the Hornets, as the second game was 10-4. PSU would pull out the victory there as well. Nicole Neese in that game too, not 1, not 2, 3 home runs. The great Bambino of the softball team coming up big time. Now, in the realm of baseball, PSU forgot to bring their gigantic, overly sized umbrella, as it was a rain delay and ultimately a rain out for the second game against Northeastern State University. But in the first match against this club, Northeastern State would win 9-6. Brett McCary would come out 2 of 5, 2 runs for his club. Falcon pulling the power Falcon and the Falcon punch. He would go 0 for 5 and strike out 5 times. And ultimately, PSU would lose by 3 points. And as for the Gorillas, towards the track and field side of things, for the men's side in the shot put, senior thrower Garrett Apier was named the NCAA Division II Athlete of the Week by the USA Track and Field and Cross Country Coaches Association on Tuesday, March 29th. Apier had the 5th best throw in NCAA Division II history, throwing a huge 65 feet 6 inches in the shot put at the PSU Invitational on Saturday. As well as being the outdoor track and field indoor champion, the shot put, he is also the defending champion in that regard during the NCAA during the Robert Plaster action of things. Pittsburg State football team began their spring drills on Tuesday, March 28th. This season, Coach Tim Beck expects about 110 players in spring camp, with 13 returning starters, 8 on offense and 5 on defense. Spring drills for the football team will continue up to the annual spring game. This year's spring game is to be held on Saturday, April 23rd at 10 a.m. at Carney Smith Stadium, Brandenburg Field. That does it for you, Caps 13 Sports Menu. We'll go ahead and put the reserves and everything else in the refrigerator for you guys to warm up. Now, when we come back, the latest big-budget superhero movie, and get tips on crafting a delicious dessert in the kitchen. Stay tuned.
Are you afraid that your child might have dyslexia or a reading difficulty? If so, you're not alone. 1 in 5 children experience reading failure. Your child might have dyslexia or a reading difficulty if he or she sounds out the first part of a word and guesses the rest of it, avoids reading, is falling behind his or her class in reading, or hates to read out loud. We know how much parents and teachers worry about their children and students who are experiencing reading difficulty. Complete the online assessment with your child at readingscreening.org.
See this dog? He looks happy enough, right? Yeah. Happy for a dog in a dog shelter. For a dog without a loving owner, I suppose it looks happy. These cats also look pretty happy. And this cat just doesn't even look like it cares at all. Do what this person's doing and put a leash on a dog and take it home. So come adopt an animal, whether it's a dog or a cat, or even this rabbit. But please adopt it because you want to, not because you're being guilt-tripped by Sarah McLachlan. Adopt a pet at your local SPCA or Humane Society.
Took a lot for me to get here. Why would I mess it up by drinking and driving?
Welcome back. Warner Brothers' Batman vs Superman has just been released on theaters and has been receiving very mixed opinions from critics and fans across the world.
Here with his take on the superhero story is Caps 13's Caleb Renfro.
While Batman vs. Superman is not the first superhero movie to be released this year, it has still come out strong, making a whopping $170 million on its weekend debut. The movie pits an aggressive Batman, who perceives Superman as a worldwide threat. Superman's view, however, is very much the opposite.
He's taken on the mantle of the world's protector. And it's a mantle which feels right. It sits well. It's a heavy one, but it sits well.
It has been received relatively well by fans, but has been heavily criticized for being humorless in contrast to the Marvel films people are used to seeing. It is not peppered with comedy, but still drives home some great action. The film also received some negative views due to its slower start and some dead spots that are in the movie, as well as being heavy on CGI. Overall, the movie has much to offer its viewers, with various action sequences, great dialogue, and impeccable cinematic flair. It is definitely a very different story from most Marvel films you'd be accustomed to seeing, especially when compared to the still-running Deadpool. However, Batman vs. Superman is still a great watch. This has been your Caps 13 movie review. I'm Caleb Renfro.
Interesting. Have you seen it yet?
I'm more of a X-Men kind of guy, but I think I might go catch it in the next couple days. Have you seen it?
Not yet, but I'm planning to.
Okay. Well, to wrap up this week's show, we're going to take a look inside the kitchen and get some tips on a delicious dessert. Our own Paul Trejo shows us how to make fried balls of deliciousness known as churros.
To make churros, you will need 2 cups of flour, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 2 tablespoons of oil, half tablespoon of salt. Mix it all in a pan with 1 cup of water. Add 2 cups of flour. You can shape churros in whatever format you want. To make it easier, you can use a decorating pipe.
It's amazing. Oh my God.
Wow.
J'adore les churros. Tastes like grandma's cooking, so it's really delicious. You should try it.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Çok güzel.
Churros look really delicious.
They look really good. What's your favorite dessert?
Of course, chocolate chip cookies.
Oh, I like chocolate chip cookies, but I always burn them, always. I don't think I'd do even worse with churros, so if somebody else wants to bake for me, I'll eat anytime.
This does it for this week's edition of CAP 13 News. For more or for archived episodes, visit the Pittsburg State website and search broadcasting.
Also, visit us on Twitter at caps_13. Stay tuned for another exciting episode of Clutch Cargo here on Caps 13.
I've got a lot of things on my mind. Some things might make you laugh, some things might make you cry, some things might even compromise national security. Why is the internet so obsessed with cats? Hashtag dogs are better. Sorry, but it's true. I can't wait for my trip to Vegas this week, and hashtag Friday can't get here fast enough. Have a nice trip. I hate my job. My boss is such a Oh, crap.
Students have spoken and the university has answered. Pittsburg State is the first four-year Regent institution in Kansas to go completely tobacco-free.
So do the gorilla thing. Keep our campus a healthy, sustainable, and respectful place for all.
I wonder who that could be. Larry Litterton, what brings you here this fine evening?
It's garbage day, bozo.
What the heck, man?
You wouldn't want somebody to pollute your home, so why pollute theirs?